is off limits. We want to answer your questions about business, life, and everything in between. So send your questions directly to us at ask@beckandliz.com. That's ask@beckandliz.com, and we will tackle just about any question. So, Elizabeth, our question today is, what do we do to be mentally fit? This
It's
came
an
from the
interesting
topic with Heather, by the way.
Heather Hudson, yeah, on her
Mhm.
episode. She is very into mental fitness as being a part of your physical health, and I couldn't agree with her more. And I think we talked about in that episode some the exercise, the movement of the body impacts your mental health, which I firmly believe in. I do think that when I don't do exercise, my stress levels become physically manifested in some way. I tend to get headaches. You know, I have had anxiety problems here or there. I used to have stomach aches when I was growing up, which my son has. One of my sons struggles with that. We thought he was lactose intolerant for 6 years, and turns out it was anxiety. He was just very stressed, and now he's less stressed, and he can eat ice cream. He's so excited. But I think here were several points. One is, I think you recognize it when you're not feeling mentally fit, first thing. And then you know that you have to do something about it. And whatever that is, I think can be very individualized. Mine is exercise, but it's also talking to my friends or my husband, or, you know, analyzing what it is that's causing that and then trying to find a solution. So I was telling you earlier offline that I have not felt on top of things or organized, and I'm feeling very chaotic in my head because of that. And I just want to write the word discipline down on my board, which I might actually do when we get off, because that helps me feel like I'm on the right track. When I start to feel like I'm going in 1,000 directions and nothing is getting where I need to be, having that discipline of making the list or making a calendar or knowing what I'm doing when and crossing things off tends to get my mental chaos back to a more manageable level. So what do you do?
I like how you put that, because when the mind is chaotic, right, it's hard to feel healthy. I mean, the mind's going all over. And the process that you use is one of lists and organizing things, and that gives your mind some kind of peace, right? So mental health. I am not as self-aware in this particular department, unfortunately. But I notice when I'm fatigued or mentally exhausted, or my mind isn't completely the way it needs to be, that I am shorter with people, right? Where normally I have incredible patience and tact and diplomacy, I find that I get a little bit shorter with people. And I also find that my cravings increase, which is that body mind thing, right? All of a sudden I'm like, I want sugar, I want ice cream. So it's a signal to me that this is not a physical thing. This is a mental thing, that I'm getting more mouthy or more opinionated or short with people, or I'm starting to crave. And as you know, I gave up sugar almost a year ago. So that tells me something's up. So what I do in those situations is I recognize that I'm an extrovert and I need human interaction. And so I instantly get on the phone, I get on Zoom, I call someone to have lunch. I need that human interaction. And we don't even need to talk about what is on my mind or why I'm feeling, stressed or whatever is going on. I don't even need to discuss it. It's that human interaction, that intimacy of a conversation or a meal or a walk or whatever, that snaps me right back into a much healthier mental place. So that's what I do. It's just I party. Well, not really.
You party.
I have to have that human interaction. get out of my head.
Yeah, I think that's important for a lot of people. I think that when you are isolated, and that's why this isolation is harder and it's affecting people mentally. But when you have a connection with somebody, or like it can totally change my mood. I had an interview for the magazine with Meg Roberts this morning, and I was I wasn't having a bad day, but I was just whatever, so here's my day, here's another day. And I talked to her and we had such a good conversation that I was in a great mood for the next hour or however long, So I think that those little things, and it wasn't anything revelatory in terms of life, but we had a great connection. We had a lot of similar thoughts on things. We were talking about things for the future, and it just kind of gives you that energy to keep going with your day, don't you think? And especially if you're feeling, subpar.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's different for each of us how we keep ourselves mentally healthy. But to Heather's point, it's something we need to be aware of. The way that she kept mentally healthy is by being physically fit. She knew if she had a workout, her mind would also be better. So there was this, for her, it was a physical kickboxing or karate or whatever she was doing. And for others, it's going to be, a bubble bath or a conversation.
I like both of those things.
Me too.
Tennis got me through my divorce, and I got good really fast because I could knock the heck out of that ball. But the rest of my day was better because I got all of my frustrations out hitting a ball, which was allowed. You're allowed to hit a ball, not a person.
That's right.
And then, the bubble bath at night just caps it off.
There you go. There you go. Great combination.
Yeah, so, I think it's a good prescription for everyone. I recommend
it. Sold.
Your bubble bath is on your agenda for the night.
You got it, girl. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, as always, Elizabeth, we have solved the world's problems, at least the problem around mental health, but there are many different ways that we can keep in mind that our mental health is just as important as our physical health. So thank you everyone for joining us today, where passion and purpose collide, profits are made, and relationships are forged. This is Beck and Liz signing off and wishing you another purpose-filled and profitable week.